Hello and welcome to Keys Decor, the podcast where we talk all things home, buying, decorating, and making your space feel like your sanctuary. I'm your host, Latoya.Cooper, a realtor and former marketing professional who's passionate about helping you navigate the journey from house to home. Hey friends, welcome back to Keys Decor. Listen, today we're going to talk about a side of the home buying journey that you really don't hear much about, and that's the emotional side of it all. Now, buying a house can be super exciting, but it can also be stressful, all right? There's decisions that need to be made, expectations that need to be met, and just a lot of emotions involved in general, okay? So in this episode, we're going to talk about managing stress, setting realistic expectations, and avoiding decision fatigue. Now, if I sound a little weird today, I apologize. I've been fighting a little head cold, but it's okay. We're gonna push through. All right. All right. So let's talk about this emotional roller coaster of home buying. Okay. Now, home buying is an emotional process because number one, this is the biggest financial decision that you will probably make in your lifetime. So, such a huge decision, huge financial decision, all right? It also involves envisioning your future, and that can be a little stressful. None of us know what the future holds. So, to have to sit down and really think about what you want for your future, you what you think may happen, what you may need in the future in terms of a home, that can feel a little bit stressful and feel almost like pressure. And then you also have those external pressures from maybe your parents, maybe, I don't know, maybe dad wants to wait until, thinks you should wait until the interest rates go down, and then you have your friends who would rather, or well, who are comparing your home buying process to their process. And then, of course, there's social media, which is a whole beast in itself when it comes to the comparison game and things like that. Um, but it's common to experience a range of emotions. You start out being really excited, and then you may begin to feel overwhelmed. And then you may start to doubt some of your decisions and whether or not you're doing the right thing right now, and it could just cause frustration. Can come later on, especially that doubt and fear. That doubt and frustration, I feel like, or especially once you get that inspection report back. I always like to set expectations for my clients of what to expect with the inspection report, because it contains a lot of information, every little thing. It could be a doorknob loose and it will be in that report. And so I set an expectation to only focus on the things that are posing a health or safety risk. And so that kind of helps, to alleviate the doubt and frustration. Okay, but once you get over that hump at the end, then it's a sigh of relief. So, it's normal to go through those emotions, a range of emotions as you're going through the home buying process. But the key is to acknowledge the emotions, but not let it take over the decision-making process. Okay? So let's talk about how to manage the stress. Number one, understand your why. Why why is it important that you buy a home right now? Like, what's most important to you in the home? Are you looking for a bigger yard? Do you need a larger space? Or are you just ready to start building generational wealth? So understand your why for buying a home, but also what's important to you about your home. Making sure that you're separating those needs versus your wants. We've already talked about that before. So, and then set realistic expectations, all right? Remember that no home is going to be 100% perfect. So focus on those non-negotiables, all right? Whatever the non-negotiable things that you absolutely need, focus on those, all right? Okay, remember, some things, you buy a home and it may not be 100% what you wanted, but there's some things that can be changed over time. So if you're waiting for a home that's 100% what you want, then the truth is that you may not find it. So have an expectation that If you choose to hold out for the home that is 100% perfect, that you may not find it. Okay? Also setting your expectations on, the market. I mean, the market and the inventory may not align with your with your dream home vision. I mean, the truth is that what you want in a home maybe is at a higher price point than is in your budget, or maybe the homes are just not available. So, and these are things that your realtor can help you with in the beginning when you are, like I know for me when I sit down and do the home buyer strategy appointment, that's something that we look at what you want and go ahead and look at the inventory to see, what's out there, just to get an idea of what's out there that aligns with what you want in your price point. Okay, so that way, right from there, we have an expectation. We know what's there. We know what we might need to adjust, and you get to kind of make that decision. All right, and then if the market is hot, hey, make sure have an expectation that you may find yourself in bidding wars, or and inspections may not come back as you like. I mean, just expect the unexpected, basically. These are just things that you need to kind of keep in mind. Depending on where you are, your realtor will be able to kind of tell you the things that you need to, they'll be able to help to set the appropriate expectations for where you are looking for your home. All right. Now, let's manage the stress. Some practical tips for managing the stress is, for one, don't be afraid to take a break. If you need to step back for a second, if you've been looking at homes every weekend and it's just starting to feel a bit overwhelming, maybe skip a weekend. It's okay to skip a weekend if that's what you need to do. Make sure that you have a support system, someone, family, friends, even your agent, who is a support partner. Even if you have a therapist, talk to them about your home buying process. Making sure that that you have someone who is supportive and maybe even helping you to stay accountable. All right, and I'm all for practicing mindfulness. So practicing journaling, deep breathing, even meditation. If you like, it could even be fun to do a home buying vision board. I love doing vision boards, so that could be really fun as well and helpful. All right, so let's talk about decision fatigue. First of all, what is decision fatigue? Decision fatigue is when too many choices lead to exhaustion, second guessing, or impulsive decisions. All right. So the key to avoiding the decision fatigue is to simplify the process. For one, limit the number of homes that you're looking at a time. All right. If you're going out on a Saturday, maybe stick to somewhere between 3 to 5 homes. I prefer 3, but I have done and will do up to 5. But the key is to limit the number of homes you see, because especially once you get over 5, everything starts to just kind of be a blur, and it could be a lot. So yeah, make sure that you're kind of sticking to either 3 or 5 a day, or limit the number of homes even that you see in a week. Also, create a home buying checklist. We have talked about that before, of course, so that when you're going into the homes, that you are initially focusing on those things that are non-negotiable, those things that you absolutely need. And then once it meets, if it doesn't meet those criteria, which hopefully you'll be able to know before you even go on the tour, but sometimes you can't always tell. It just depends on what it is that you're looking for and what information is in the MLS. But when possible, try to, stick to your checklist and just make sure that if for some reason a home doesn't meet one of your non-negotiables, that it's just go ahead and leave. You don't have to spend any more time at the home. Just go ahead and go and move on to something that could be a better fit. But also trust your initial reactions, because a lot of times Your gut will tell you a lot. You know when you walk in, and I think I mentioned this one time before on another episode. Like when you know, you know. It's not something that can even really be explained, but like sometimes your gut knows, before your mind knows. All right, so pay attention to how you feel in your initial reaction going into a house. I remember when we were looking, we were touring homes. I don't remember how many we toured, but I remember when we came into this one, I don't know what I mean, out of all of them, it maybe didn't fit every little thing, but I felt like in my gut, like, oh, this is the one. Like, oh, I love this one. You go into a lot of houses and you're like, oh, this is beautiful, this, that, but when it's the one, you just feel it. Okay, so just be mindful and about how you feel when you go into the home. Um, and of course, I've mentioned it before, but having a good realtor can help you avoid decision fatigue because number one, we help you filter out the unrealistic options, keep you on track, keep you focused on your goals, and also we provide you with, expert advice so that you don't feel like you're trying to figure things out on your own. All right. All right. So this is looks like it's going to be a shorter episode, but I hope that you have gotten something out of this. For one, it's completely normal to feel emotional, but preparation and perspective can help. Okay, so just make sure that you have your home buying list. You know what you need in a home, but also making sure that you understand the market and understand what may be possible and what may not. Of course, lean on your realtor for this. They should set the expectation from the beginning anyway. But give yourself grace. All right, this is a home buying journey. It's not just a transaction. Okay, this is a journey, and it's really important, and it's something that should be fun. It can be fun. It's going to come with other emotions as well, but overall, the process should be a positive process. But if you're feeling stuck, make sure that you're leaning on your support system. Talk to your realtor. All right, step back and remember why you started this journey. Right, so if you enjoyed this episode, make sure that you're subscribed to Keys Decor. Make sure you share this episode with a friend. And if you have time, please leave a review because it does help the podcast to grow. All right. Well, thank you so much. And if you are thinking about starting your home buying journey, I'd love to schedule a free home buyer consultation. Make sure you check the show notes for information on how to schedule yours today. Thank you so much for listening. Until next time, stay mindful, stay inspired. Happy home hunting.